Hi guys, and welcome to a new video on Bite of Geek. And today I'm going to be asking the question, is this kit worth £1,000? Let's get into it. So just before we dive into the details of this video, guys, just a reminder, my 500 subscriber worldwide giveaway is still running. There's still plenty of time left to enter, and if you do, you stand a chance of winning a Pioneer 240 gigabyte portable SSD drive. So link in the description, and yeah, good luck. Okay guys, so today I'm going to be taking a look at the Canon EOS M50 Mark II Essential Streaming Kit. That's a bit of a mouthful, but this is everything that you need in order to get going with streaming. You know, whether that's on YouTube, maybe doing vlogging, or maybe doing something on Twitch or something like that. So links in the description if you're interested. But let's find out what's inside the box. Okay, guys. So this is the Canon EOS M50 Mark II. This is the essential streaming kit. So this is designed to be everything that you need in the box to get going with either maybe creating YouTube videos or streaming on things like Twitch or something like that, or you know, maybe doing some of the kind of vlogging, I guess. You know, whatever you're looking at doing, really. So what we'll do is we'll just get this open. You can have a look. So a little bit of instructions just on the inside flap there. What we've then got is we have our M50 Mark II camera, which we will just have a look at in a minute. We have a StarTech 2 meter HDMI cable, so that's HDMI to HDMI. You also get the Canon, so it's a genuine Canon power adapter. So obviously if you're going to be streaming on you know, something like Twitch or something like that, or a YouTube live stream, something like that, you're probably not really going to be wanting to run off the battery all the time and having multiple batteries, so good to have something like that in the box. You also get a HDMI to USB audio video capture, and it's 4K capture device, so it's the Atmos, I believe. So you know, we'll have a look at that in a second. What else do you get? So you get a genuine Canon tripod grip, or a little tripod stand, I guess. So you know, useful if you've got that on your desk, or maybe you're wandering around with it if you're doing vlogging, something like that. And then finally we have the stereo microphone with a wind screen on it, so we'll have a look at that as well. And that's it. That's what you get in the box. So we'll start with the camera, and this is a mirrorless camera. So this is the M50 Mark II, and you can, you know, obviously you can buy this individually if you want. I think they're about £650 when bought individually, but this comes with a kit lens, and it's a zoom lens, and it's a 15 to 45mm lens, so you know, pretty good, I guess, you know, for doing your streaming. This is not going to be a review of this camera. There's plenty of reviews on YouTube of this camera, but just to give you a bit of an idea of what you get here. So more unboxing bits. So you get some Canon manuals there, power supply, sorry, power lead. That's your lens there. So quite a nice lightweight lens, and then where you get a strap there as well if you want to, you know, carry the camera around. Your little power adapter, sorry, power charger, and just buried down there is a little battery for it. So oops, I think there's something else in there, and sorry, that's the battery for it. That is That's your DC coupler. So, and that's your battery, just there. So, in terms of the camera, so I have a Nikon mirrorless camera, and this is apologies for the noise of the unwrapping there. It's even worse with this. But this is very much smaller. It's actually smaller than a DSLR camera, the Nikon DSLR that I've got, and this is more like, you know, your compact camera, this, I guess. And you know, it's got a nice flip out screen which you can turn in multiple directions there, and you know, HDMI connector on the side there as well if you need to, and yeah, you know, tripod mount there, microphone input just on the side there. It's a really nice small camera. It benefits from being mirrorless. I think, you know, for at the moment, you know, I've got my Nikon camera at the top, the D5300 with a wide angle lens, shooting this, and it's relatively heavy on an overhead mount, and I think you know, this would actually be an awful lot better. So yeah, you know, you get the camera there, and then you know, you also get what is a relatively small size lens. It's quite dinky, that, actually. So, and it's got image stabilization on it as well. You know, as I say, you know, you get your battery there as well, and then the DC coupler, your power cable, and so that's actually charging brick, and the straps and everything. So we'll just put those to one side, and then your USB device here, your USB capture device. So we'll just quickly get into the box on that, and it is just a straightforward, you know, like a USB memory stick, I guess. Your HDMI connector on one end, USB Type A on the other end, and you know, you don't get an awful lot in here. You know, it will be when you plug it into your if you're using OBS or something like that, it'll probably get seen as a device there. So yeah, really straightforward. I use a similar kind of thing myself. So you know, it is worth pointing out, you can get all of these components separately. If you go on Amazon or something like that, you know, you can buy pretty much everything separately from what I've seen. So we'll put that to one side for the moment, and then well, you know, it's a power adapter. I'm not going to go through that. If you want a separate video on the power adapter, guys, let me know. I'm sure you won't. In terms of microphones, so you know, there's lots of stuff like this on eBay or Amazon or something like that. You know, that you can get cheap copies of Rode microphones, I guess. This is very similar. Again, this horrible packaging. Well, this is very similar to that. You know, you've got your hot shoe mount on there, or cold shoe mount, and then you've got your audio jack connector on the side there, and if you want, you can put your windscreen, you know, your dead cat on the top there. So yeah, you know, fairly straightforward. That's what you get there. And then finally, the other item that was in there was the tripod, which also, obviously, let's just clear some of this out of the way. The downsides to having all of these bits in the box and doing a review of it is that there's so much stuff to actually unbox. But this is, again, you know, it's a Canon branded product. Actually, yeah, I have to admit, it is not cheap feeling. So that's actually quite nice. That so you can have that as a tripod, you know, like that, I guess, if you want to, or if you are wanting to, you can obviously have that as something that you can just walk around with as a little handheld mount, you know, if you're going out vlogging and stuff like that. Something else in the box, so that's quite nice. So you also get a remote control with it, which is quite good, and that remote control will actually go into the front there. So obviously, you know, if you're out and about, then you know, you can use the remote on it there, or you can, you know, control it via the remote when you've got it on the tripod. So that's it, guys. That's what you get in the box. You know, I will have a bit of a closer look at the camera and show you some of the footage from the camera, and you can see that compared to this. So all I'm going to do, I'm just going to mount this this lens onto the camera, and there'll be lots of people cringing at the moment as I'm doing this, but this is the way I do it. There you go. So, and you know what? When that's in your hand with that lens on, that's really not too bad, actually. You know, as a camera itself, as I've said multiple times, this is not a review of the camera, but as a camera of itself, it's a great holiday camera, I think. You know, in terms of portability. You know, obviously depends what the lens is going to be like, but you know, overall, it's very much, you know, that type of camera, and obviously, you know, with it being mirrorless, I guess, you know, you benefit from that lack of weight, but quite a dinky camera. So the footage I'm just going to show for you on the screen now. So I've swapped around my Nikon D5300 camera for the Canon EOS M50 Mark II, and so that's in the overhead position. You can see in this footage, you know, let me know your thoughts, guys. You know, which should I be swapping my camera out and using some of this little Canon camera? Looks interesting to me. Basically straight out of the box. I've not done anything with the settings. I've just set this up and started recording with that straight away. And I think for a camera like that, I think it's pretty decent quality. Obviously, you know, you can zoom in and out in terms of colour, I guess. So just try and add a little bit of colour into that. Yeah, it's done quite well. Obviously, you know, this isn't the best lit scene, but yeah, I think, you know, if you were using this as an overhead camera and you were looking at you know, detail and stuff like that, I think, you know, it does actually get right into you know, give you great image quality. I must admit, you know, that's very nice from such a small camera as that. You know, I think if you look there, guys, on this lettering here, you know, it's very rapid focusing. Certainly, you know, if I try and get this dial out of focus and put that back into shot, you know, it does focus very quickly, and it is absolutely silent. Yeah, really impressive, really impressive. I guess the only question now is, you know, whether you go for the entire pack or whether you build all of that up yourself. So what are my thoughts on this then? So it's an expensive pack, it's £1,000, and clearly you are paying a little bit there for the Canon name in terms of the accessories, even though some of them aren't actually Canon branded items like the HDMI cable. I think you're paying mostly here for the convenience. You're paying for the fact that everything in this box should just work together when you start using it, and I think, you know, that's worth a little bit extra compared to buying the individual items yourself. Yes, you could go and buy things like the microphone and the stand and, the other bits and bobs yourself. And you could buy them an awful lot cheaper. There's a lot of copycat items on Amazon and eBay that are significantly cheaper than probably the Canon own brand stuff. But that's the thing, is they are a lot cheaper, and they certainly, with the stands, they do break quite easily. So this one in this box feels very, very well built, and it probably will take quite a bit of damage. But ultimately, the main chunk of the price on this is that Canon camera, and for such a small size camera, I think the results are absolutely fantastic. And whilst I'm not actually reviewing this camera, I can't get over the fact that it is very, very fast. The focusing is very, very fast. I know there's probably faster cameras at focusing, but they're in the thousands of pounds ballpark. This is, as a camera by itself, it's less than £700. So it's got great expandability on there. It's got that lovely articulated screen on it as well. All these things that you look for when you're wanting to do vlogging or YouTube videos, things like that. So I think if you're looking at wanting to get into content creation, I think this is a good starter system. Ultimately, nothing will be as cheap as using your own mobile phone and a cheap microphone and stuff like that. And that's probably, if you're very much starting out on something like YouTube, then that is the way to go before you start spending this kind of money. But once you start getting traction on YouTube, then something like this will take your videos to the next kind of level. So definitely something to think about. But certainly, I am impressed as a package, but primarily the camera itself. So guys, what did you think? What's your impressions of this? Is it worth £1,000? Would you go out and buy this, or would you go and buy maybe the camera by itself and then all the individual items? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, guys. I'd be interested to see what you think. If you're planning on getting into YouTube or Twitch, would you invest that kind of money into something like this, or maybe you're going to use your mobile phone or something like that? But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Any questions, anything like that about this pack, drop them down below, and I will try and answer them for you. But as always, thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.